December 2025 be corrected and approved by this August Assembly. Thank you.
Any seconder? Member for Fonyi Prefect.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceeding of the National Assembly sitting of Tuesday, 9th December 2025 be approved. Any issue or issues observation from honorable members may do so while looking at the record by show of tag, and we will, of course, look at the record with page by page, beginning with page 1. Oh. Honorable members, on page 1. Member for Jimara.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On page 1, bills, number 3. Number 1 is bill number 2, order 74, 8, and 7. It should be orders instead of order 74.
Yes, it's correct like this. Order 74, sub 8, and order 75. Because of 2 orders? Yeah, but it's correct like this. You want us to add S? You want us to add S to number 2. Orders 74, 8, and okay, not an order on 75. Yes, any order on page 1? Can we move to page 2? Page 3. Page 4. Page 4. Page 5. Remember for Upper Salu?
Yes, at the bottom of page 5, number 2 says expenditure of $43,490,961,954 out of the authorized consolidated revenue fund. It should be fund, not funds.
Honorable members, he wants us to eliminate the S on funds out of the consolidated revenue funds. I don't know why. Kiang West?
Meaning when that changes, then stand will also change the stance. I mean, consider revenue fund 1 stands part of the. Yes, I mean stance. We change stand to stance.
I don't know why you want us to remove the S. Yeah, it should be stance part of the bill, but why do you want us to eliminate the S on the funds? Out of the revenue funds. All right. Honorable members? Yes, Member for Woolly is?
Yes, the subtitle and commencement. If they are
so we are removing
one,
the S on the funds.
on top of the last sentence, that's the number 1, subtitle and commencement stands part of the bill. Subtitle and commencement are one.
Huh?
They are one thing and the same thing. So it should be stands part of the bill.
Oh, okay. Stands, S. Any order on page 5? Page 6? Yes, Member for Woolly is?
6. Yes, page 6, the last sentence. Consideration stage on the national early warning. Early warning and response mechanism is the title of the bill. The response is missing. Thank you.
early warning and response mechanism bill instead of early warning mechanism bill. On 6, the last line. Can we move to page 7? Page 7. Page 8. Page 8. Page 8. Mechanism bill. It should be, okay, response mechanism bills, wherever it appears in the bill. Page 9. Page 10. I have not seen the how many questions on the population bill? 17 questions or 32? Huh? I am seeing only which page? 17. I don't have. Or you recognize it. Okay. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Tuesday, 9th December 2025 be approved with amendment. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, on your behalf, I want to welcome the honorable ministers here in present, the ministers of Interior, Fisheries, Water Resources, National Assembly Matters, Communication, Digital Economy, and Petroleum and Energy. Thank you. Clerk, you may proceed.
Thank you. Questions for oral answers.
Honorable members, as per order paper and order 41.1 of the standing orders, today's question for oral answers. Furthermore, as a reminder, clause 43 of the standing orders limited supplementary questions to 7 in total. 2 for the honorable member asking the question and 5 among other members. Therefore, we will proceed with honorable ministers scheduled today to give their oral answers. Thank you. Clerk, we may proceed.
Questions for oral answers. The Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources, you may take the podium. Questions for which due notices were given to the Honorable Minister for Fisheries, Water Resources, and National Assembly Matters by the Honorable Members for oral reply. Question number 359 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Lower Badibu. He authorized the member for Bakau to read on his behalf.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the Honorable Member for Lower Badibu, I read. Honorable Speaker, clean and drinkable water is a necessity in one's life. Could the Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources inform this August Assembly when would the people of Lower Badibu North enjoy potable drinking water supply from NAWEC?
Mr. Speaker, water supply by NAWEC is not under my ministry.
Question number 360. Huh?
Yes, I have observation. Ariel on the speaker observed that here, if questions are sent to ministries, and ministers know that it's not their relevant question, they should consult with the assembly so that it is directed to the relevant minister. They cannot wait until they come here and give us those kind of answers. It was ruled here.
Huh? But that's,
To be sent to a particular ministry, and the minister finds out that this is not a relevant line ministry, it should be communicated to the clerk, be redirected. Before you come up to here just to tell Parliament, this is not in my responsibility.
yeah, but I also, in part, but that was the ruling of the Speaker. Parliament also should do due diligence on question. They should know jurisdictions of various questions before sending them to wrong ministers. Yes, Senator Badibu.
Speaker, thank you. Speaker, if you look at the question, in fact, it's related to water resources. Now, but the minister also could have contacted NAWEC to be able to give feedback. We believe that these are institutions that collaborate.
Senator Badibu, yes. Serekunda, member for Serekunda West.
Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Minister is in order, I agree. But like it was pointed out here, there was a ruling on this kind of thing. So maybe what you should do is to consult with the ruling made on such kind of questions. So the next time ministers, as soon as they got it, come back to the Parliament. That's the ruling of the Speaker. And your statement to say that yes, Parliament should do cross-check, that is very right. Both members and the office of the Speaker, because office of the Speaker, because they will validate the questions that's supposed to go out. And that validation, the office of the Speaker should know that this question is not for a particular ministry. So the fault comes back to the Parliament, but there is a ruling. The ministers also need to get back to us in time. That's why they were given 2 weeks.
Yeah. I cannot agree more that the office of the clerk should know the jurisdictions of various questions, and but in their communication to various ministers, they have also indicated, I just saw and confirmed that the table office, member for Central Party and Serekunda West. No, you don't allow this man to distract you. The member for Central Badibu. Yes, he should not distract you. So what I'm saying, I have confirmed with my aides that they have indeed reminded ministers of the Speaker's ruling, and in the dispatch letter that they sent earlier on to all ministers for questions, if in the event that it is not within their remit for them to communicate back to the office of the Speaker in due course. But I agree with you, it's the responsibility of the office of the clerk or this assembly, especially the table office, that they should know which area, but sometimes it's difficult for them probably to know the jurisdictions or the docket under which those questions are. In fact, when the member read his questions, order here. When the member read his questions and the minister responded, I was wondering, but the data table told me, yes, the minister is right. So therefore, he knows very well. Yes, please.
And it has been communicated to the ministers. Any breach should be reprimanded. So the minister should be reprimanded for not sending this question back to the parliament.
No.
Because it's a waste of money.
No.
Of course, yes. If there's a ruling and it is communicated to them, if it is violated, what should happen?
No, we should.
Should we just go on like that?
No, we cannot just say, let's reprimand the minister. We should ask if the minister is aware.
No, I'm not saying now. I'm saying if it is correctly communicated to the ministry and they fail, every rule, when there's a breach, there's a punishment.
Now, what we need to do is, no, Central Badibu, you cannot tell me what he said. What he said is very clear. I asked him and he said, no, he's not saying these ministers will be reprimanded. But it should be, I agree that we should communicate to them, and in this case, ministers have been communicated to through the office of the table clerk, have told them and reminded them of the Speaker's ruling. And that is in order. Yes, Member for Sami?
Thank you very much. And you are talking about you have already communicated to ministers. What I want to find out, that communication, it is written communication or just verbal?
Yes, indeed, it's a written communication when they were submitting the questions to all the ministers. But I'm not sure if the minister himself is aware of that. Honorable Minister, please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, as the minister responsible for National Assembly matters, I myself have not received any communication from the House as to this ruling. And I want to speak on behalf of other ministers. I don't think any of my colleagues have ever received that. Otherwise, we will have been very willing to either communicate back to the clerk or to communicate to the minister responsible. And the second point is, the question is very clear. He says, drinking water supply from NAWEC. There is no member of parliament in this house who does not know that NAWEC is not under fisheries, it's under Ministry of Petroleum.
Yes, honorable members, honorable minister, the letter that the office of the clerk sent to all ministers contain that paragraph. Maybe your technicians cited that, but it is there. At that's the last paragraph of the letter they sent you. If you read the last paragraph, you will see it. But as I said, everybody should be able to offer him or herself with line ministries or under whose docket the question that a member want to ask. But as the speaker ruled, just in case members also inadvertently are unable to adequately address their question to, or maybe the office of the clerk. But we want the honorable ministers, now you are the Minister for National Assembly Matters, to kindly help us and inform your cabinet colleagues to take note of that. In fact, last dispatch that is sent to all ministers, that paragraph is there. Can you confirm that, Honorable Minister? If you have, I saw you reading, I think it's there. You have the letter with you?
Every communication that is sent to the ministry comes in the running file and I see it, but I have not seen that paragraph. But now that you have said it, when I go back, I look at it, and if it is there, I see it as official correspondence, and tomorrow when I go to cabinet, I'll inform all my colleagues.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Question number 360. Yes, Member for Busumbala.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I believe Honorable Minister is having this borehole project. So I believe the questionnaire, that is Lower Badibu, is referring to that. It's just the last phrase, that's from NAWEC. You know, but otherwise, Honorable Minister of Fisheries is having a project relating to borehole issues.
Question number 36. What? Kante, I didn't get that. Can you repeat? Yeah.
What I'm saying is, just for the
sit down. You can't sit down.
Just for the no, I can choose to, you know. Anyway, what I'm saying, just for the last phrase from the question, but the question here, that's the Lower Badibu, is talking about the borehole project on the Minister of Fisheries.
Honorable members, order. Unfortunately, the questionnaire have not indicated any borehole from the Ministry of Fisheries. It only stopped at water. And as I said earlier on, when Minister responded, and I said, no, but even my aide said, Minister is right. It's not under his docket. But just to lay the matter to rest, the Minister said, order. To lay the matter to rest, the Minister has promised that he will inform his cabinet colleague if it is indeed communicated. And I have assured him that it is communicated. This last paragraph, it is there, and then we can even get him a copy so that he can inform his colleagues. We will not be in this situation next time. Question number 360 of 2025 by an honorable member for Serekunda.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources kindly furnish this August Assembly with the names and numbers of foreign fishing vessels currently operating within our territorial waters?
Mr. Speaker, if I am allowed, before I read the answer, I just want to make a preamble that we have categories of vessels within our territorial waters. The category 1 is those vessels that are registered with GMA and are carrying Gambian flag. They are classified as Gambian vessels. The ones that carry foreign flags are the ones that are classified as foreign vessels. So now that I have made that, laid that background, I'll stay to the answer. Honorable Speaker, the following are the details of foreign fishing vessels operating within the Gambia territorial waters. 1. Abu Islam Mutakawil Alallah. It is carrying a Guinea-Bissau flag. Udak 1 is a Senegalese flag vessel. Udak 2 is also a Senegalese flag vessel. Gorba 5 is a Senegalese flag vessel. Al-Haji Tawakil Al-Karim is an Egyptian flag vessel. Tadorim is a Senegalese flag vessel. Al-Mimosas is a Senegalese flag vessel. President Umar Jallo is also a Senegalese flag vessel. Betty is also a Senegalese flag vessel. Philippa X is a Guinea-Bissau flag vessel. Atome is a Mauritanian flag vessel, and Philippa 7 is also a Guinea-Bissau flag vessel. These are the list of foreign vessels that are flying within our territorial waters. Huh? Should be 12. 12, yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, how does the ministry monitor the activities of foreign vessels to ensure compliance with fishing zones, including the 9 nautical miles artisanal exclusive zone?
All fishing vessels carry a VMS, and once they are registered with GMA, they are also registered with our monitoring system at the headquarters of the Fisheries Ministry. And once they are switched off, it itself is a crime. And whenever they are arrested, they are punished for that. So whichever vessel is here and is launching here is on a VMS, and wherever that vessel is within our waters, even outside our waters, we know where they are. And sorry.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. What mechanism does the ministry use to verify that every foreign vessel operating in the Gambian waters holds a valid license?
The licenses are issued every 3 months, with option to renew it. And there is a monitoring system already installed at the ministry. And every detail of every vessel that flies within our waters is there, and it is checked on a daily basis.
Member for Latikunda Sabiji, you have the floor.
It's okay. My question is answered by the Honorable Minister.
Thank you. The member for Busumbala, you have the floor.
Just a clarification, Honorable Minister. What do you mean by vessels that carry Gambian flag? Does it mean vessels that carry Gambian flags are vessels that carries Gambian flag? What do you mean by that? Do you mean that those vessels are Gambian vessels?
Once a vessel arrives or is intended for the Gambia, they deregister wherever they have been registered. And when they come here, they register as Gambian vessel, and they carry our flag. That's what I mean.
Member for Woolly East, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, or Honorable Minister, I was thinking that the ministry would post at least a Gambian in each vessel to ensure that what they are supposed to, the tonnage they are supposed to take would be noted.
What I have stated here is the exact classification according to the Act. That any vessel that is registered and flagged in the Gambia is considered as a Gambian vessel. And when that vessel wants to leave, we have to register it here, otherwise it cannot be registered elsewhere.
Question number 361 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Ileasa.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to humbly withdraw this question because the issue has been taken care of. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Ileasa.
I said I want to humbly withdraw.
Yes, Member for Serekunda.
I think the minister doesn't really understand the question the member for Woolly asked. He is referring to inspectors, Gambian inspectors on board vessels.
Yes, Latikunda. What I want us to establish, I think when questions are submitted to the office of the speaker and admitted as per the relevant section, the question, in my opinion, doesn't belong to the honorable member anymore. It belongs to this parliament. So I don't think honorable members should be given that power to withdraw their questions. The question belongs to the National Assembly, not them, because it's already admitted by your office. Thank you.
Honorable members, order. You know, I like the member for Latikunda for one thing. He, after making any irrelevant statement, he will laugh like someone dancing in a bantaba. We will thank the
Honorable member, speaker, withdraw that statement, please, because I'm not dancing.
Thank you, Honorable Minister for Fisheries, Water Resources, and National Assembly Matters. I will hand over a copy of the letter which was sent to you, to your ministry, that contain, in fact, finally it says, let me read the last paragraph. Finally, all honorable ministers are also reminded of the honorable speaker's ruling that finally, all honorable ministers are also reminded of the honorable speaker's ruling that they should intimate the office of the clerk in good time before appearing in the assembly if any question is not within his or her ministry's remit. And it was addressed to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Fisheries, Water Resources, and National Assembly Matters, Marina Parit Banjul, dated 30 October 2025. Honorable Minister, they will hand over a copy so that you will help us to do that as you stated as the Minister for National Assembly Matters. Thank you,
Promise,
sir.
I will also communicate to Cabinet tomorrow. So all Cabinet members know that this is the ruling, and we will comply.
Thank you very much, sir. You may go now. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, on your behalf, I want to thank the Honorable Minister for Fisheries, Water Resources, and National Assembly Matters for those answers provided. Clerk, honorable members, in accordance with Order 14.3, I hereby vary the order paper and allow the Honorable Minister for Interior to answer to his business. Clerk, we may proceed.
Thank you. Questions for oral answers. The Honorable Minister for Interior.
The Honorable Minister for Thank you, Clerk. The Honorable Minister for Interior may take the podium. Honorable members, questions for which due notices were given to the Honorable Minister for Interior by honorable members for oral reply. Question number 284 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Banjul North. Oh, that's what? That's communication. Who? Question number, sorry about that. Question number 296 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Lower Badibu. And he authorized the member for Bakau to read on his behalf.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the Honorable Member for Lower Badibu, I read. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Interior inform this August Assembly whether Operation Clean the Road is still alive? If yes, when will it reach other parts of the country?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The Operation Clear the Road initiative remains active, particularly within the Greater Banjul area. Plans are on the way to extend the operation to other parts of the country, especially in major settlements. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, how soon is your ministry willing to extend the operation to other parts of the country?
Honorable Speaker, let me make these things very clear. Operational Clear the Road is not the issue of the ministry. It's under the National Road Authority. We are just giving them protection, security protection, but it's their project.
Thank you. No further question.
Member for Same.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, what do you mean when you say major settlements?
Honorable Speaker, I don't know how major settlement like Soma, Farafenye, big one, where you have big market that are obstructing the road, because the intent is to clear the roads. So there are settlements that where there is no obstruction. So that's why I specifically mentioned major settlements where there are road obstructions. Thank you.
How can we go and do this road settlement? The member for Talending Kunyang, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, during the exercise, I've seen people who flood the rules by being intruding into the roads. Their goods have been confiscated, and some people have been arrested. Has there been any prosecution, or what happened? What is the end result of those goods confiscated?
Speaker, point of order.
There's a point of order from the member for Opanyomi and Majority Chief Whip.
Honorable Speaker, Order 38(1)J. Order 38G, a question shall not be asked for the purpose of obtaining a question should not include the I have something. No. Honorable Speaker. No.
Honorable members, order. There is this question about operation in the provinces. Allow him to bring his order. I don't know what. Rural Gambia. What operation Siufu and Rural Gambia?
Honorable Speaker, 43.4, a supplementary question shall not be in order if it introduces matters not included in the original question and the answer provided. In the question, Honorable Minister was asked about whether the Operation Clear the Roads will be extended to the other part of the country. And he said yes. And he made it clear.
Objection. He's making a statement.
No, I'm not making a statement. Allow me to continue. I'm not making a statement. Honorable Speaker, what the member is asking is definitely it's not part of the question and it's not part of the answer. And it seems to be very, very substantial. So it's important for him to ask a parliamentary question in that. Thank you.
Honorable members, order. Order, please. Order. Can we hear the member for Tallinn again to repeat his question?
The question is about road clearing of the road. Has it ceased?
In rural?
No, not rural Gambia.
No. Inform this August Assembly where the Operation Clear the Road is still alive. If yes, when we will reach other parts of the country, other part of the country in rural Gambia.
But in his answer, he said they are implementing it in the urban area, and there are plans to extend it to rural Gambia.
And that it is under the NRA, yes.
Yes, and they are supporting the exercise through NRA. Now, his answer contains what I'm asking now.
What did you ask? Repeat it, please.
What I'm asking about the clearing of the road. There are activities in it. During the clearing, there are goods that have been confiscated. You understand? I ask, what is the end result of those goods confiscated? And the arrest.
Honorable members, order. Order. Honorable members, the member for Latikunda Sabeji, you know what you did was out of order. I say, you know what you did? You were out of order when he was on his point of order. You used the mic and you said objection. I think you are in a court. This is not a courtroom. And without leave of the speaker. Honorable members, on the point of order, the substantive question is on Operation Clear the Roads, other part of the country, the provinces. And the minister stated that they will. And further inform us that they only support NRA, but the roads, NRA is in charge of the roads. And the honorable member for Latikunda, for Talinding Kunjang's supplementary question is about goods and services, or goods, materials that has been confiscated or seized. While the question concentrated on the roads clearing at the provinces, for his supplementary question is goods forfeited in the in urban centers. So these are two different things, distinct. Provinces to clear the roads, and also goods forfeited. No, he is right, you are out of order. And in fact, I don't know why would they want to clear the roads in provinces. I don't know. Question number 297 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Sabak Sanjal. He authorized the member for Serekunda to read on his behalf.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the member for Sabak Sanjal, Honorable Speaker, according to an assessment conducted by Gambian Commission for Refugees, Gambia Food and Nutrition Association, UNHCR, and other partners, 98.9% of the residents in Ghana town consider the Gambia as their home. The said residents are facing challenges surrounding their legal status, and most of them regard as stateless people. Could the Honorable Minister for Interior tell this August Assembly what efforts is the ministry doing to address such complexities?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The Minister of Interior received executive instructions to regularize the status of residents of Ghana town. This process has already started with the Gambia Commission for Refugees. GCR is tasked to conduct registration of all the residents. This exercise will provide details needed to determine their qualification for citizenship of the Gambia as required by the relevant law. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. You have said in your answer that the ministry is trying to regularize the status of the residents of Ghana town. So what means have you established to regularize their situation?
Thank you very much. There's a task force already created, including our ministry, the Gambia Refugee Commission, and then the Legal Department, Justice Department. And then we also ask assistance from the UNHCR in Dhaka office. That is helping us with funding to do the detailed assessment. Once the detailed assessment is done, and then they will be giving citizenship. That's our intent, and we want to do it as quickly as possible. But that's even the promise we give to UNHCR in Geneva. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Since it is established that those people residing in Ghana town, they are from Ghana, and according to the 1992 of the Ghanaian Constitution, any person born outside.
What, do we have 1992 Constitution?
not 97, Ghana, the Constitution of Ghana,
Okay.
which states that any person born outside of Ghana whose parents are from Ghana or either their grandparents are from Ghana, they are eligible to Ghanaian citizenship. So have you made a survey to understand whether these people have ventured into that route of acquiring citizenship?
Honorable, this is another part of this question you can best send in a substantive question.
No, but he said they are trying to regularize those people's
Yes, that's what he said.
status.
And to regularize them. You are now quoting the Ghana Constitution and what the Ghana Constitution said, and they should acquire that, whether the minister is aware or have he got any information that they are doing that. That is out of order.
No, that is
No.
in order, Honorable
No,
Speaker.
it's not in order.
Huh?
No, it's not in order. I can give you
That
one
is-
chance. Ask another supplementary question.
You know, anyway, it is established that those people are from Ghana. And as per their constitution, if a person is born outside of Ghana with Ghanaian parents, that person is eligible for Ghanaian citizenship.
Honorable, and I told you that question, I rule it out. You are bringing it again. No.
Thank you.
The member for Bakau, you have the floor. Member for Woolly East.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, even if you look at the Gambian Constitution, you will know that there is a process to be a Gambian citizen. Have you verified, in the process of regularizing this citizenship for these people, have you verified their original citizens?
Thank you very much, Honorable. I think I need to know the intent of the questions at the initial part. You know, he talked of statelessness of an individual. All right?
Question? Which question, Honorable Minister? Honorable Minister?
Yes.
I said, which question?
No, the same question.
Woolly East.
Yes. No, no Woolly is
No, you are now answering Woolly East.
Yes, I'm just trying to build a foundation.
No, that question was rejected. That question.
No, not that question. The original question.
Okay.
All right? And then we have a situation in our hands here. People were born here, even their parents are also born here. So we are looking at the law, what is possible to get them citizenship, what the task force is tasked to do.
Member for Latikunda Sabeji, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, I want you to confirm to the National Assembly whether Gambia is a signatory to the 1954 and the 1961 Convention to Stateless Persons.
Point of order from member for Opinion.
Honorable Speaker, 43.4. A supplementary question shall not be asked shall not be in order if it introduces matters not included in the original question and the answer provided. Honorable member question is not in the original question, it's not in the answer provided by the Honorable Minister. Thank you.
Yeah, order sustained. Member for Janjambure, you have the floor.
Honorable Speaker, he's disturbing the National Assembly.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, since the residents of Ghana town, the citizenship were revoked from them, what basis does your ministry use to revoke those that obtained a national identity card and were considered to be Gambian citizens? What basis do you use to revoke it? Thank you.
Point of order.
There is a point of order from Member for Panyomi.
Honorable
Yes,
Speaker,
can we hear the point of order?
Order 43.4. Honorable member, question is not in the original question, not in the answer provided by the Honorable Minister. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. Order sustained. Question number 298 of 2025 by the honorable member for Bakau.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Interior tell this August Assembly what immediate step has the ministry taken to hold any officer found wanting of the law accountable, and what oversight mechanisms are currently in place to prevent abuse of power by members of the police service, and how often are these mechanisms reviewed for effectiveness?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. May I inform this August Assembly that the Gambia Police Force has internal control policies serving as the mechanism to guarantee professional responsibility and accountability. The Human Rights and Professional Standard Units is created as the institutional framework for the enforcement of these policies. The following instruments are currently in force: the Code of Conduct for members of the Gambia Police Force, the standard operating procedures on internal investigation of police officers themselves, the IGP's directive on the investigation and handling of human rights violations, and also the Police Act. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Interior is committed to its oversight role over the police and ensure the highest standard of discipline, professionalism, and respect for human rights is upheld at all times. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, if I am to describe the use of tear gas on civilians as a ministry, if I am to express that as unlawful, as a ministry, what's going to be your take on that?
Honorable, I'm not getting you. Can you speak a bit louder?
Honorable Speaker, thank you. Honorable Minister.
Order, please.
If I am to describe the use of tear gas on civilians, if I am to describe that as unlawful, as a ministry, what will you say to that?
Honorable member, this question is out of order. How can you just say the use of tear gas on a civilian? Who used tear gas on a civilian? You just go and see somebody there and use tear gas on them? You're asking him that opinion? That is not correct.
It's very correct, Honorable Speaker.
No, it's out of order.
No, you cannot say that, Honorable Speaker. You cannot.
Okay, help me. What can I say then, please? What can I say?
To reframe your
okay, sorry.
wording.
Okay, sorry. So
no, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, that is not admitted. You have one more.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm nominated member Fatou K. Jawara. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, abuse are cross-cutting, both from citizens and police. If the Honorable Minister can explain, what are the mechanisms or what are the laws in place to protect men in uniform in terms of riot or putting, stop the memory, please, in terms of riot? Because sometimes you may see that if police were trying to calm down the situation, rioters or some citizens will try to trigger the situation. We saw one in Birkama where police was wounded and Sanya. What are the mechanisms in place to protect those men in uniform as they are parents and they came from us?
Yes, honorable members, the nominated member Fatou K. Jawara, you are out of order.
My question.
You want to reframe your question? Okay, can you reframe it then?
Honorable Speaker, can the Honorable Minister for Interior explain to this August Assembly what are the laws that protect men in uniform during protests?
Yeah, Honorable Member, that it looks like a substantive question. The member for Latikunda Sabiji, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, there are instances as highlighted by the Honorable Member for Bakau. When there is protest, there is sometimes there is abuse from the police. Now, is your ministry putting any plan to put body camera on the police officers so that everything about them will be recorded?
Please go ahead. Are you done?
I'm not done, but he sees this tactic. Honorable Minister, I want to confirm whether your ministry has any plan to implant body cameras on police officers so that during this protest, there are instances that the police did this, they did tear gas.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
No, allow him to finish.
Let me go straight to the point. Honorable Minister, do you have plan to put body cameras on your police officers? Thank you.
Minister, please provide an answer.
Honorable Speaker, may I just at this moment just say something? For me, as far as all the questions they are answering, even though they are out of order, I think they are very relevant for me to do some clarifications. If you can allow me to do those clarifications, I think it will be better for everybody so that we can put all these things to rest.
Order, honorable members. Honorable members, order, please. Honorable Minister, order, Honorable Minister, Honorable Minister, you know we have rules of procedures. So some questions might be very palatable, very necessary, but if members object to their admissibility based on the law, that they might be very good, excellent, but because it's not the right time or the right channel, or they are not in order. So once the speaker ruled them out, they are non-admissible. So
Thank
you
you.
cannot talk about them.
I rest my case.
So, so you have to answer to the question posed by the member for Latikunda Sabaji.
Can you please repeat your question, please?
My question is, Honorable Minister, whether your ministry has any plan to put body cameras on police officers when they are going at these protest avenues.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. You know, that's the right thing to do, but where do we get the funding? If you can fund, if you cannot fund simple logistics for the police, like she was saying, the protection of the police officer, so how can you get body camera for every police officer? But we have also a team on the ground that is doing the filming. The PRO units are also doing those kinds. Those are the things why we have somebody on the ground to do filming or see what exactly is happening.
Question number 299 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Serekunda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Interior inform this August Assembly about the specific content and provision of the operational license granted to bars and restaurants operating in residential areas, particularly those that play loud music late into the night?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. May I inform this August Assembly that the Inspection of Police is mandated by the Liquor Licensing Act to grant license in the following areas: retail and wholesale of license, wholesale of license, on license, wine and bar off license, wine and bar on license, club license, occasional license. In granting license, the Inspector General of Police take into account the conditions itemized below: the suitability of the premises for the purpose of the liquor sale, the suitability of the applicant as a proper person, the suitability of the resident or locality for the purpose of the liquor sales, and the review of the residents of the locality. However, the issuance of licensing is subjected to other rules. Thus, additional conditions may be attached to this license. These include, but not limited to operate within the permitted hours, not allow or permit any nuisance, disturbance, violence, or any disorderly behavior as provided under Section 14 of the Act. For a bar, restaurant, or nightclub, shall ensure control of such noise or music, particularly those operating within a residential area. To the police, any such nuisance, crime, or disorderly behavior by person present at the premises. So those are the things, but we know there is a bit of lack of proper enforcement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's the spirit of the question, because for most residents around the Kololi area and in some areas in Serekunda are experiencing that. So thus the license includes explicit provision on noise limit or sound levels, and if so, what standards are applied?
Thank you, Honorable. Also, like I clearly mentioned, all those things are part of condition the Inspector General will put. As I said earlier on, I think there is a need for proper enforcement of these licensing, monitoring. And now what the police are trying to do, they are trying to centralize all the issuance of licensing, but sometimes the IGP may delegate regional commissioners to do the license at their AOR. But now, because of this frequent complaint, we are trying to see how best we can centralize everything to the Inspector General of Police at his office so that we can monitor and properly issue those licenses. Thank you.
Thank you very much. How many noise-related complaints have been recorded by the ministry or the police concerning bars and restaurants in residential areas?
Honorable Speaker, I can count, but there are many. Even the day before yesterday, there was a call to me, and then we went there and then arrested the situation. Thank you.
Member for Busumbala, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, you did acknowledge the fact that there is lack of proper enforcement. And could you tell us the immediate plans that your ministry will come up with to address this lack of proper enforcement?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. In fact, we started doing it. There are operations going on whereby we are closing most of these bars and restaurants. Right. Thank you.
Question number 300 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Banjul North. And Banjul Central is authorized to read on his behalf.
On behalf of Honorable Member for Banjul North, Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Interior tell this August Assembly exactly how much has been raised for the construction of a new prison to replace Mile 2, the location, the name of the contractor in charge, if awarded, and the timeline for construction?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. May I inform this August Assembly that an amount of $4 million is expected from the sales of Mile 2 Central Prison to the Gambia Ports Authority. This has been agreed and the process of documentation is at advanced stage. So far, this is the only fund committed to the project. However, we are working with development partners to raise more money for the actualization of the project. Since the project is at this stage of resource mobilization, no contract is awarded.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. However, with regards to the location, has there been any prospective location identified?
Yes, there is one. The allocation letter is already given to us at Nyambikala Birkama. Nyambikala Birkama. It's Nyambikala, it's called Nyambikala.
In Birkama?
The forest.
The member for Atikunda Sabiji, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, what I want to confirm, $4 million will be over $300 million. How much has been earmarked for this particular project? Because in my opinion, over $300 million will be able to construct a prison facility. So I don't know, what budget do you have in mind?
Thank you very much, because maybe you don't understand what we are trying to do. We are not trying to build a prison. We are moving from the punitive to correctional. We are building a modern correctional facility. And then what is IMAC is between $20 to $25 million, up to $30 million. So it's not a small amount. It's not a project of building prisons, and that's not. We are building a modern correctional facility, rehab.
Member for Woolly East, you have the floor. You have withdrawn. You are withdrawing. Question number 301 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Janjambure.
Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Interior provide this August gathering the revenues generated from the airport security port agreement, evidence of payment for shares on government accounts, evidence of minutes management meeting on distribution of shares, and clarity on how much share is government entitled to from April 2024 to September 2025?
Honorable Speaker, may I inform this August estimate that the Gambia Immigration Department served as a project implementing partner to the security port project. However, matters relating to finances fall within the purview of the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs.
Honorable Speaker, I think if I can recall, you made a ruling about questions that cannot be answered by ministers for them to be related to the office of the clerk. And I seem to fall under that situation as we speak, and I want to remind you on that specific ruling as per this question.
Yes. Yeah, supplementary question. Let me address it first before giving you the floor. You know, that's why I was engaging with my aide, that this one is in twofold. So he have answered his part, and he said the other part is, I don't know where he falls. Maybe even if a question is in twofold also, they should do something. Or yeah, it's the same. But the Minister of Water Resources.
Can I come in?
No. Please take your seat. So the Minister of Fisheries promised that he will inform all ministers by tomorrow during cabinet session.
Honorable Speaker.
You have one more.
No, before in fact I ask a question, I think we need to clarify this point.
No. That has been clarified since.
No,
at the
it's
beginning.
not, Speaker.
No.
You tend to forget very easily.
No, it has been clarified.
The issue
already.
is not about, in fact, the fisheries minister acknowledging what you have ruled on. I want to remind you that there was a minister here during the third ordinary session or the second ordinary session who failed to answer a question from me, and you made a ruling to the effect. It shouldn't be about today. Dr. Cisse, the Minister of Information, was one time here, and you made a ruling. So why are things shifting today?
I cannot say more than what I said.
Because you don't want to stick on your ruling.
Don't do that, Honorable Member, please.
No, but it's the fact.
No, don't do that. Honorable Member, you cannot behave like that. No, don't behave like that. No, don't behave like that. No, please. It came to my knowledge this morning, and that there was a ruling by the Speaker, and I agreed, and the Minister of Fisheries informed us that he will inform all colleagues, ministers tomorrow. In fact, I went further, you were here, to ask my people to bring the letters, because the Minister of Fisheries informed us that he's not aware and ministers are not informed. And I brought the letter, and I read it to him, that it was sent to him and sent to all ministers. And he himself said, be assured that I will communicate to all ministers and they will comply.
And I said, this question is in two parts. He have answered his part, but nonetheless, Minister of Fisheries said it will be addressed. What else do you want me to say? No, I'm not asking you any question. No, I'm not asking you to answer. Please, if you have a supplementary question, ask that supplementary. Please go ahead, sir.
Before my supplementary questions, I have every right for clarity to be provided for me with regards to the questions I asked. And Honorable Speaker,
Yes.
before your today's concern, I am still reminding you and putting it to you.
Another. You have a supplementary question, please ask.
Honorable Minister, having Gambia Immigration Department
Sorry.
being a partner to the contract signed in between the government of the Gambia and the Airport Security Port Company, what was the income generated from 2024 to 2025?
Honorable member, a question asked and answered shall not be asked again in the same period. He responded that part. He said that part is under the docket of the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs. He has answered that.
Honorable Speaker, there is no point of order. And the la time ta. No. Are you the speaker? You are just a chief whip. Relax. You are just a chief whip. And respect members.
Standing order.
Your duty should be to go and mobilize.
Honorable members, you know, a duty to order is both the speaker and members. It's on board the speaker and members. The speaker or any other member can draw the attention of any other member or the one speaking when he or she is out of order. He has exhausted his two supplementary questions.
No.
I left with one.
I only asked one.
All right, please go ahead, your final one.
Honorable Minister, having the Gambia Immigration Department representing the Ministry of Interior at the management level of the Airport Security Port Management. Can you guide this August Assembly? What were the minutes agreed upon how shares are distributed?
I don't seem to understand your question because shares are agreed upon the signing of the contract. So the management meetings or those meetings are just follow-up meetings, but before you sign any contract, there must be share basis. So the shares must be in the first contract.
I'm glad you said you didn't understand the question, but you are still providing answers. Let me provide you with clarity.
No, what you are trying to
Honorable
say,
member, you
what
are
I'm
out
saying.
of order, honorable member. Honorable member, you know what you are doing is out of order.
No, because...
No.
No, Speaker, let me remind you, the very minister standing before me speak.
No, you said you are reminding me. Yeah, allow me to say something first. No, wait, honorable member. No, you know you are out of order.
Use your mic.
Honorable Speaker.
Now, what? No, you know why because you were left with only one supplementary question. So he answered, and then you
No, he's
on your
misrepresenting me.
mic
I want to get
again.
that clear.
You were engaging him on communication. That's what I'm telling you. You know that was not in order. So, but now that you are telling us he have answered earlier on, but what I want to tell the minister in the original question, the issue of the sharing is there. And now it came up in his supplementary question. Honorable Minister. Yes, please. Go ahead.
Honorable, I need to make something very clear. The question you are referring, that was the ID card, where we have 40, 60, and then we come to 50. I don't know where you get these 50-50 on the security port. That I have never said that. So.
Speaker, just to avoid confusion, with your permission, I need to make this clear to the Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, sometime last year, I posed this question to your ministry, and you provided me an answer in this very plenary. You said security port was entitled to 50%. GCCA was entitled to 25%. And your ministry were entitled to 25%.
I've never said
and your the government was entitled to 25%. Let me just learn.
I have never said that.
No, Honorable Minister, when I'm speaking, you need to allow me to speak with all due respect.
Honorable Member, please take your seat.
I'm giving the floor.
Honorable Member, please take your seat. Now, Honorable Member, the Honorable Minister is saying he have not said that. And you are claiming that he said so. We are not arguing on the last question, last session. Now, currently, you ask about the shares. Now, Honorable Minister, can you provide an answer to that?
75 and 25.
Now? 75
and 25. 75 security port and 25 Gambia government.
The member for Busumbala,
no, government, so 75 go to the financier and 25 to government.
Honorable member for Busumbala, you have the floor.
Yeah, Honorable Minister, will you be in a position to furnish this August Assembly with the contract document between the financiers and the Gambia government? We request that you provide this August Assembly. Thank you.
Okay, if it is requested, we can provide the contract document.
The member for Serekunda, you have the floor.
Very much. I just wanted to make clarity. I know that this is a revenue, detailed revenue estimates of the budget is the Ministry of Interior that collects these security port fees. In 2025, it was 188 million, and in 2026, it will be 70 million. So I think you should be in the position to know the shares and how this whole contract is administered.
Honorable Speaker, it's not the Ministry of Interior that collect the shares. It's the security port that collect and share with finance. It's security port who collect and share with finance.
Member for Latikuna Sabaji, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, what I want to find out, the President, wife, children, I am laying, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member, order, take your seat, please.
I am.
Let me address you first. Please sit down. Honorable Member, you know you cannot talk about people who cannot represent themselves here. And don't talk about people's children. Don't do that. Please, stop that.
Honorable Minister, What I want to find out is all the diplomatic passport holders in this country are not paying this particular security fee. Can you tell us the rationale behind why are all the diplomatic passport holders from the president, minister to National Assembly members, we don't pay? Why?
Point of order. Point of order.
There is a point of order from nominated member Fatuke Jawara.
I'm rising on 38K. Sorry. Yes, 38K. A question shall not be asked reflecting on the character or conduct of any person whose character or conduct may only be challenged on a substantive motion. And the member is alleging some state ministers and National Assembly members when they were not here to defend themselves. Can you withdraw that?
Now, okay, Honorable Speaker, my question is, Latikuna Sabji, what's wrong with you? Are you okay?
Honorable members, please order. The point of order from nominated member Fatuke Jawara is out of order. To rule out. Yes, there is point of order from the member for Opanyomi.
Honorable Speaker, 43-4. A supplementary question shall not be in order if it introduces matters not included in the original question and the answer provided. Honorable member question is not in the question asked by the honorable member for Yanjambure, neither in the answer provided by the honorable minister. Thank you.
Honorable members, please order. You know, when you look at the questions, it's asked the minister to provide the revenue generated from the security report agreement, the revenue that are generated, evidence of payment for shares on government accounts, evidence of minute management meeting on distribution of shares. Therefore, it's only talked about shares, how it is distributed and generated. So there is no thing of like probably who is exempted, who is not exempted, who is paying how much and who is not paying how much. So that is order sustained. Question number 302 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Bundu Kakunda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Interior inform this August Assembly whether his ministry, through the Immigration Department, has any plans to collaborate with Village Alkalulu, who issue attestation for national documents, to train and orient them so that they are well informed of the requirement for issuing such attestation. This would help avoid a situation where Alkalulu will not reject Gambians who do not possess national identification documents.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, You may wish to know that the Gambia Immigration Department is implementing a 5-year strategic plan with Goal 3 focusing on ensuring security identification and documentation through collaboration with local authorities, including alcalos and district chiefs. Recognizing that the attestation of alcalo is in some cases required for obtaining national identification card, the GID Community Engagement Unit is working closely with regional commissioners to sensitize alcalos and district chiefs on their responsibility under the Nationality and Citizenship Act of 1965. GID has scheduled 480 community engagement activities in the SP implementation matrix, aimed at sensitizing alcalos and district chiefs directly and through radio and television broadcast. From January to date, 330 alcalos in the Greater Banjul area are already sensitized. Thank you.
No further question.
Question number 303 of 2025 by the member for Bunu Kapunda.
Thank you very much once again. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Interior inform this August Assembly whether his ministry currently has any regulatory framework in place or plans to introduce one to govern the operation of tricycles, tuk-tuk taxis in the country?
Honorable Speaker, the Motor Traffic Act of 1949 described motorcycle as motor vehicle designed to travel on not more than 3 wheels and the weight of which on lading does not exceed 254 kilograms. This act provides licensing of tricycles, but not in great details. However, the newly Motor Traffic Bill of 2025 have adequately provided for the licensing conditions and use of the tricycle as a commercial vehicle. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Currently, we have so many tuk-tuks around. So do you also have any other regulations in terms of where they should be, like where they should station? Because they move along everywhere, to have a specific area where the police can regulate them for their movement from one point to another.
Honorable Speaker, the policy for now, we are not allowing them, or they should not apply on the main highway. They should be using these other sub-routes. That's the policy as of now, before we do the proper regulation in the upcoming bill 2025.
Member for Talinding Kunjang, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, I'm happy to hear you mention about the new Motor Traffic Act 2025. This is just for clarity. Is it tabled, or when it will be tabled, or is past cabinet approval also? Can you clarify? Because I'm just hearing for the first time.
It is now validated. Now it has to go to cabinet and then come to National Assembly.
The member for Bakau, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, the question is talking about plans to introduce, to govern the operations of tricycles. If you look at these tricycle drivers, most of them are non-Gambians. As a ministry, what plans are in place to put a stop to that?
I have answered that. So the new 2025 Motor Traffic Bill will cater for all those things.
Question number 304 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Sane Mentring. She is not in. Honorable Minister for Interior, I want to thank you for providing those answers to this assembly. You may go now. Clerk, let's proceed.
Thank you. Questions for oral answers. The Honorable Minister for Communications and Digital Economy.
Thank you, Honorable Minister for Communication and Digital, Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, you may take the podium. Questions for which due notices were given to the Honorable Minister for Communication and Digital Economy by honorable members for oral reply. Question number 284 of 2025 by the Honorable Member for Banjul North, and he authorized the Member for Banjul Central to read on his behalf.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Honorable Member for Banjul North, Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Communications and Digital Economy inform this August Assembly on the restructuring of the Gamtel state-owned enterprises? What arrangements are in place for the transfer of ownership, the name of the company trying to purchase it, and how much revenue the government expects to gain? How far have plans progressed for the payment of staff who will be laid off during this process, considering almost 700 staff are expected to be laid off by the end of October?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Member. The first phase of the social plan for Gamtel and Gamcell was completed in June 2025 with 486 staff compensated with an amount of $210,646,493. In addition to that, they were all paid 6-month notice as well, amounting to $32,812,401. Preparations for the implementation of the social plan, covering additional 155 staff, are underway with consent forms to be signed by the affected staff, which is being developed. That is for the second phase. A sum of $29 million has already been approved and allocated by the Minister of Finance to be released for payment. The grievance redress mechanism has also been launched with a dedicated office station at Gamtel Serakunda Exchange Complex to receive complaints and take appropriate actions to address them accordingly. To ensure effective communications and sensitization on the process, a specialized committee has been established and already started engagement with the relevant staff concerned. As part of this restructuring process, Cabinet has also approved a sum of $50 million as PPP between Gamtel and Sysroid being the company, Sysroid Limited. This project is centered on enhancing and modernizing Gamtel's infrastructure for improved commercialization and greater business viability. It is important to note that this PPP arrangement does not include any government guarantee. Honorable Speaker, importantly, there is a requirement for a performance bond in line with the best practices. Additionally, independent experts will also be appointed to monitor and supervise the project's implementation. And for that is the Gamtel part. The negotiations are still there, leading us to the signing of the contract. On the revitalization of Gamcell, especially modernization of its infrastructure, through a public-private partnership, the ministry has launched a request for proposal to invite expression of interest from interested farms. The expression of interest was published on local newspapers for interested farms to bid, and we received 8 bids at the closing date of the bid submission. As per the criteria adopted for the process, a company called YCell and another company called DK Telecoms, these are all Gambian local companies, were shortlisted after evaluation of all the 8 proposals. After a thorough process and successful evaluation of the technical and financial submissions by both DK Telecoms and YCell, by a committee comprising key stakeholders from our ministry, MOCD, GAMTEL, GAMCEL, Office of the President, and Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, as well as Ministry of Justice. YCell emerged as the most responsive bidder with an investment proposal of 6.7 billion Gambian dollars. Upon tabling of the outcomes of this process, Cabinet directed that the ministry engage the most responsive bidder, that is YCell, for negotiations, with the green light on contract signing to be subject to further cabinet approval. Evaluation outcomes letters have been sent to both bidders, and they were each given 10 days as required by the practice. Importantly, it's crucial for this August Assembly to note that with GAMTEL, it is build, operate, and transfer approach, while for GAMCEL, we are just selling majority shares to the investor who is ready to invest in the revival of the company. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Minister. These are the type of answers we would expect here in Parliament. They are very detailed and apt and would help us in our consecutive follow-ups. However, I have one question I want to ask. Was the valuation done independently? The valuation process, was it done independently?
We follow the usual process that the government normally would do. So yes, we constituted a committee that comprises people from the ministry, from GAMTEL, from GAMCEL, Office of the President, Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, and that of Justice. So they were able to assess it with the help of the procurement units of these ministries. Thank you.
Yes, with regards to the social plan, that is phase 2, as you said, is on the way with $29 million is approved, right, by cabinet. So can you give us a timeline as to exactly when it will be executed?
Our target is before the end of December. We are in a haste. Thank you.
The member for Latikunda Sabiji, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, GAMCEL and GAMTEL, these are all national assets, and government ministries and institutions owe over $200 million to them. Is the government committed to settling these unpaid areas before privatization?
Yes, thank you.
Nominated member Fatuke Jawara, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, was this compensation paid to the intended beneficiary or they are yet to be paid?
If you mean for the first phase of the 486 staff affected in the first phase implementation, yes, they all receive it and paid directly to each of them. They have given us their bank account details through a form that they have filled up, and then these monies were sent to all of them, and I have not received any complaint from any of them. They seem to be very satisfied. Thank you.
Member for Bakau, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, we are very much aware that arrangements are underway for the transfer of ownership. Will this not be dangerous on the side of the nation?
Well, we are not transferring any ownership per se. We are selling, giving out some shares of GAMCEL. For GAMTEL is build, operate, and transfer.
Member for Wole East, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, just need a clarification. Are you selling the GAMTEL 100%? Or if not, how much percent is government retaining? Voila.
Yes, point of order, member for Upper Nyomi and Majority Chief Whip.
Honorable Speaker, order 38 1J, question fully answered shall not be asked again during the same session. Honorable Member for Bakau asked the same question and the Honorable Minister answered that part of the sale is sale for the other one is so build and operate, transfer, something like that. So the question was fully answered.
What's your question, member for Wole East?
The end of my question is, how much is government retaining? That's the end of my question.
No, what is your question, sir?
That's my question. I said whether the government is selling, selling it full, 100%, and if no, how much is being retained by government? What percentage? That's what I said.
Minister, you provide an answer.
We're looking at 80-20. 80 for the company investing the 6.7 billion and 20% to be retained by the government. This is what is on the table for negotiations.
6 point what?
$6.7 billion.
Member for Kunyomi, you have the floor.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, there's an interesting part of the question which I really want the Honorable Minister to clarify. That's how much revenue the government expected to gain from the Honorable Member question.
Well, for GAMTEL, the approach is build, operate, and transfer. What are they building? The infrastructure. We are targeting a market share there, which may later become a value. And the market share is at least 60% market share. That's the target. For GAMCEL, it is a complete network modernization. The first direct payment we expect for the 80% of the shares may go close to or above $800 million. And the remaining $6 billion would be invested into the infrastructure. For that too, it is a market share approach. Thank you.
Question number 358 of 2025 by the member for Banjul Central.
Honorable Speaker, given PURA's mandate to ensure fair pricing and competition, how would the Honorable Minister for Communications and Digital Economy explain to this August Assembly the regulator's prolonged inaction while Gambians paid above global averages until Comium's DR promo forced prices down? Does this not expose market failure and exploitation by dominant operators? And what steps would be taken to hold PURA accountable and prevent such predatory pricing in the future?
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Speaker, at the time before 2022, the high cost of internet was due to several factors, which included, but not limited to relatively, the new age infrastructure, low fixed broadband penetration of approximately 4,000 subscribers, and complexity of the tax system. A challenge recognized is the unavailability of a constant supply of electricity, coupled with high cost of energy and the reliability of the national fiber backbone, resulting in operators providing their own parallel transmission infrastructure, which adds up to the overall cost of providing the services, meaning the OPEX and the CAPEX. Additionally, the sector witnessed a significant drop in competition from the mobile sector as of 2022. Comium and Gamcell were not investing in their network, leading to a duopoly between Africell and QCell. The resurgence of Comium's LTE network with their low penetration tariff stimulates the competition, thereby forcing other players to revise their tariff downwards. It should also be noted that the prevalence of advanced technologies like the 4G and 5G was very low, causing the need for more broadband to provide the same services. The increasing capability of new mobile technologies, such as 4G and 5G networks, impact both data consumption and pricing strategies. Looking at the market share of Africell and QCell as of 2022, in comparison to Gamcell and Comium, Gamcell has 3.2%. Africell has 62.82%. Comium has 2.51%. And QCell has 31.46%. And certainly, Comium came with a strategy at a time when 4G was just introduced in the Gambia and has so far only rolled out 4G LTE in their network. This has reduced their average cost of providing mobile data. However, Comium has been operating at loss until now, but only using those low prices as a market penetration strategy to acquire more customers. From almost no customer when Comium was declared closed to almost 800,000 active users at the end of Q2 of 2025, which represents a higher percentage in terms of subscription. This shows that their strategy has worked and are currently the second highest in terms of data traffic in the telecom sector in this country. Now, what causes the lower prices downward? The fact that Comium was revived by Monty Mobile, there was an additional competition in the sector, thus higher competition. Higher competition will eventually lead to lower prices, as higher supply with constant demand leads to lower prices. Currently, almost the operators have deployed either 4G LTE or 5G in all their sites in this country, increasing the broadband capacity while reducing the average cost of providing these services. So the price of the services provided by the operators are cost-based and should reflect the cost of services accrued when providing the services. So the users of mobile network data have increased significantly in the past 3 years, increasing the data usage traffic and reducing the average cost of providing the service. These are the reasons for the sharp reduction of data tariff in the Gambia, and this trend is expected to continue in the coming years. Now on Pura is currently finalizing a cost of service for the telecom sector to determine the actual cost of each service provided by each operator. This will enable PURA to have a scientific methodology of obtaining the data tariff for the sector. After the study, both a price floor and price ceiling is expected to be determined and to give the operators a range in which they must price their services. PURA had earlier conducted a market assessment to determine the significant market powers for each of the services provided by the operators. But of course, we have intervened as a ministry. As the sector ministry, MOGDI spearheaded a multi-stakeholder engagement to address the ramifications from PURA's market intervention. These included a crunch meeting of key stakeholders at the Office of the President, where His Excellency the President directed MOGDI, the ministry, to constitute a high-level committee to safeguard competition and consumer welfare in the telecom market. This important committee was officially launched on September 1st, 2025. The committee comprises the following: from the Ministry of Digital Economy, Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, PURA itself as the regulator, Ministry of Trade, Industry, Employment and Regional Integration, Gambia Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, and as well as the Attorney General's Chambers, Ministry of Justice. The high-level committee for records has submitted its report finally, with accompanying findings, which later on was submitted to the Office of the President. And based on the findings, the ministry has now directed PURA to lift the price floor through a letter dated 16th of October, 2025. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member, I want to thank the Honorable.
No. I have a supplementary question.
Yeah, because you are an attorney.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Minister. My question was on conducting a price market, but you've mentioned it. However, I would want to know, was it done before the Comium disruption when it comes to the price market assessment? Was it done after the disruption, or had the ministry started the process way before?
PURA was the one doing the assessment studies as at that time. I think it was in concurrence. The committee only did its own assessment of the situation and came with a report. But the assessment by PURA is different. It was there before our intervention.
My question would be, you made mention that the price floor has been lifted based on the report that was gathered. Why this? Doesn't this continue to affect the citizenry?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The committee submitted a report. Based on the findings of the report, the key conclusion is the ban should be lifted. So the price floor, we wrote to PURA to direct that it be lifted based on the findings of the committee.
Member for Woolly East, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, the exercise you have just explained, is it meant to harmonize the prices for the players, or is it to ensure that competition is fair among the players? What is the objective?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Both.
Member for Opanyomi, you have the floor.
Honorable Speaker, thank you so much. Honorable Minister, as been asked by the Honorable Member for Banjul Central, in one of his questions, he said does this really expose the market failure and exploitation by the dominant operators? Was that really existing?
In the findings of the committee, it could not be conclusive on whether there was in fact market failure.
Thank you, Honorable Minister for Communication and Digital Economy, for those answers provided to this August Assembly. Clerk, we may proceed now.
Thank you. Question for oral answers. The Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy, you may take the podium. Questions for which due notices were given to the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy by honorable members for oral reply. Question number 240 of 2025 by the member for Fonye Councillor. It's not in. Question number 309 of 2025 by the honorable member for Jara West. We authorize the member for Panyomi to read on his behalf.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Honorable Member for Jara West, Honorable Speaker, during the first ordinary session of 2025 legislative year, I sent a parliamentary question regarding the electrification of some communities in my constituency, Jara West. That is Darussalam Village, Sarasedi Village, Kohel Village, Fonkoy Kunda Village, Medina Fonkoy Village. These type of villages names can only be found in Jara. And Medina Kanikunda in Jara Soma. And the minister's replied, he said, these communities are part of the ECO-RIP project that is currently ongoing, but the evaluation process for awarding the contract is currently ongoing. Could the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy inform this August Assembly why until now these villages are not electrified, considering his initial response to the said question during the first ordinary session that work was going to start by June 2025. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, the following villages, Darussalam, Sedi, Kohel, Fonkoy Kunda, Medina Fonkoy, and Medina Kanikunda, have already been incorporated into the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Access Project, the additional villages. These communities have been fully surveyed and are scheduled for electrification in 2026 with the necessary funding already secured. I can confirm that the contract has been signed, and as I speak, the contractor is mobilizing to start the work in earnest.
Honorable Speaker, thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for that answer. Honorable Speaker, according to the Honorable Member for Jara West, the Honorable Minister promised him that the work will start by June 2025. What happened to that statement?
I don't remember telling him that, but I can confirm that during that period, the evaluations were ongoing. So it was not even in June that I, even informed him that we conclude on the evaluation. I think maybe he misunderstood me, but definitely not 2025 June. So we are starting in 2026, inshallah.
Question number 3. Go ahead. Yeah, supplementary, go ahead. Okay. Question number 310 of 2025 by the member for Sami.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy inform this August Assembly when are the following villages going to be electrified in Sami? That is Fori, Madiana, Sotokoi, Manna, and Salkeni.
Honorable Speaker, these villages were among those left out in the previous phase of the Access Project. However, they have now been included in the Mission 300 project. jointly financed by the World Bank and the African Development Bank. Funding for this initiative will become available, inshallah, by mid-2026, ensuring that these communities are finally electrified.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, there are still orders. Would it be possible before commencing
Which
this
order?
other villages like how to call it? No, I know the name of village.
Order, please sit down. Honorable, please take it.
Please talk to him.
Yeah, your mic. Honorable members, please stop that. Allow him to make his point. His constituency is very large. And at the time now, he cannot even remember the villages that are not electrified. That's thank God. But allow him to continue. Go ahead. We should thank the government for
Thank
that.
you very much, Honorable Speaker. You know, Honorable Speaker, sometimes you have to talk to the members, because they, stop when people want to put their ideas across.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. The villages that I'm trying to mention is when you go up to this place, how to call it?
Honorable member, please, you don't want to sit down, please.
I know the village.
No, please, don't waste our time.
No, I'm not wasting. Just give me time.
Okay, I'll give you the
Yeah,
time.
they are the ones.
Honorable Speaker, in fact, I'm going to raise a point of order.
What point of
No, you just our time.
Sit down.
No.
Please
Honorable
go ahead.
Speaker, you are the one on chair. He cannot tell me sit down.
He's out of order by telling you that.
What?
He's out of order for telling you that. He's out of order, yes. He cannot tell you to sit down. Please go ahead. Member for Opanyomi, please stop that. His constituency is almost 100% electrified. He cannot remember those villages again.
Honorable Speaker, what I want to ask him is that, he said 2026, these villages will have electricity. What I want to ask the other question is that, did they already, survey those places? Because those people are telling me that still now they did not see anybody there. Like Manna, Salikenye, they did not see anybody there on the survey. So if he is telling me that by end of 2020, before 2026, they will be electrified, they should see people there first. Yeah.
Honorable Minister, please endeavor to tell your people to go there and start measuring or drawing lines.
Thank you. We can assure you, this is a commitment from the government and from the highest level. The President has committed to ensure we achieve universal access before end of 2026. And we are committed to that promise. We are doing everything possible. And that's why I want to take the opportunity also to thank the entire August Assembly for prioritizing access to electricity in the current budget that was approved by you. So thank you. And we are committed to the promise, inshallah.
Honorable members, so you should hold him accountable. You gave him additional 200 million for rural electrification project. Thank you. Member for Lower Nyomi, you have the floor.
Honorable Speaker. Yeah, Honorable Minister, among the villages he listed in Same, one of them is Salikenye. This Salikenye is different from the Salikenye in Badibu. Is that one of the part of the projects?
Honorable member, take your seat. No. No, he said in Same. You saw. You can,
yeah, there are two Salikenye.
No, it's indicated in the question. It said in Salikenye, it's in Same. Please. Question number 311 of 2025 by the member for Ileasa.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in Ileasa constituency, there are 53 villages, and out of this number, only 23 have electricity, or in the verge of having electricity. Could the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy tell this August Assembly whether there are plans to electrify the remaining 30 villages in Ileasa constituency.
Honorable Speaker, yes, there are already plans in place to electrify the remaining villages, not only within the Ileasa constituency, but across the nation with the overarching goal of achieving universal access to electricity. The electrification of some villages is currently ongoing, while others have been incorporated into the list of additional villages for which funding has already been secured in path.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. No further question.
Question number, the member for Fonye Councillor, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you very much. Honorable Minister, Honorable Speaker, if I heard the Minister very well, he said, yes, consideration will be done to Ileasa. And again, also, government is committed, not only Ileasa, to the entire country. I will pose this question to the Honorable Minister of Energy. Councillor that had a belt of OMVG, especially that length, the rest of those communities, about 15 to 18, haven't benefited. As your response, what is immediate there for them?
Honorable Speaker, I think the
There is point of order from opinion.
Yes, I think the honorable member is trying to ask his own question, which you somehow, I don't know whether you will sympathize him. No, it's order 48.4. Yes, your supplementary questions shall not be in order if it include matters not included in the original question and the answer provided. So your question is completely out of order, honorable member.
Honorable members, order sustained. Question number 312 of 2025 by the member for Lower Nyong.
Honorable Speaker, the rural electrification project is still ongoing. Would the Honorable Minister of Petroleum Energy inform this August Assembly when his ministry's plan to electrify the remaining 9 villages in my constituency of Lower Nyong?
Honorable Speaker, these villages remain among those yet to be electrified under any of the ongoing projects. However, efforts are already underway to mobilize the necessary resources, drawing both development partners and also government funds to ensure that there is inclusion. This forms part of the broader national strategy to achieve universal access to electricity by 2026.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. When you say 2026, when are you going to start it within the year 2026?
I'm sorry, at this point, I cannot give you a specific time in 2026, but I can assure you before end of 2026, we are committed to provide that access, inshallah.
Okay, thank you very much. No further question.
Member for Fonye Bintankarana, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Oh, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, end of 2026 ends by December. And it will be very, very good if we can have the timing as an expectation of months. Because when you say before end of December, it can start around January 2026. So which duration are you giving? Like, is it around August or before which of the months in 2026?
No, honorable member, he have already answered. He said he cannot provide that answer.
Is it early 2026 or end 2026?
No, he said he cannot provide that. Question number 313 of 2025 by the honorable member for Lower Numi.
Honorable Speaker, would the Honorable Minister of Petroleum Energy inform this August Assembly when is his ministry's plan to install the solar power system in the village of Jinak?
Honorable Speaker, The project involves the design, supply, installation, and commissioning of 200 kilowatt solar PV mini-grid system with about 700 kilowatt lithium battery storage and a minimum output capacity of 60 kilowatt. The project is implemented by the UNDP in collaboration with the Ministry of Petroleum, Energy and Mines, NAWEC, and the local authorities. The aim is to provide clean, affordable, and sustainable electricity to two hard-to-reach communities of Jinak Niji and Jinak Kajata on Jinak Island in North Bank region. The feasibility study has been completed as we speak, and the design has been approved. A company called APEC Africa has been selected for the installation. Already, UNDP and partners have conducted several community sensitization to enlighten the communities about the project, and the site for the installation of the solar has been identified. The required documentation process to the site allocation would soon be completed. The project has a timeline of 9 months for installation, plus 3 years of after-sales service, the operations and maintenance, with a budget of about $1,030,000 US. So hopefully 2026, inshallah, the implementers will be starting others.
Okay, thank you very much. No further question.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for those answers provided. You may go now. Thank you. Honorable members, be it resolved that this Honorable Assembly do stand adjourned until Thursday, 11 December 2025 at 10 a.m. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. This Assembly now stand adjourned until Thursday, 11 December 2025 at 10 a.m.